everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to do something a bit different. This is my first long form video, and today we are going to be doing something for Jurassic June. But first I'm gonna, as you probably know, I haven't been posting in a while. This was entirely due to the fact that my laptop died, the one which held all the stuff I had for the 1168 species wheel. So this meant that I couldn't, continue that series, and that series was a lot of what I was doing. But I figured I would make a Jurassic June video for you all about one of my favorite Jurassic dinosaurs, which was the Allosaurus. Now, you could obviously take Jurassic June in one of two ways. You could take it as the Jurassic franchise way, which it's one of my favorite franchises, and it also encompasses most eras of dinosaurs, which is fair because we don't have a month that's just for the Mesozoic era, which is the dinosaur era. Maybe we should make Mesozoic a thing. Anyway, so today I'm going to be drawing Allosaurus, as I said earlier, which is obviously for Jurassic June. Sorry, I'm repeating myself. But yeah. So first, let's talk about the Jurassic. The Jurassic was the time period before the Cretaceous. It was the middle of the three time periods, which is where we have so many famous dinosaurs like Brachiosaurus, Stegosaurus, Allosaurus, obviously, Ceratosaurus. None of the larger, like Tyrannosaurids, Ceratopsians, or there weren't a lot of Hadrosaurs, I don't think, or any. But yeah, the Jurassic was an incredibly diverse time period when it came to dinosaurs, and it's personally one of my favorites, because, I only have three to choose from. So yeah, let's just get into it. So I'm drawing I'm using pencil. Obviously, pencil is what I usually use when I'm drawing. And I always start off with the head. I think I'm just gonna go for a head and neck thing here because, I don't know, I couldn't really be bothered drawing the whole body. So yeah, Allosaurus was a large theropod from, that lived around 155 to 145 million years ago. It was about 8 to 9 meters long on average. Obviously, there are many species of Allosaurus, including Allosaurus fragilis, and what was recently Saurophaganax, which has been renamed to Allosaurus anax because we found out that there were some sauropod bones in with it, making it a bit of a chimera specimen. But it's been reevaluated to Allosaurus anax as a species, which is incredibly cool. It looked a lot larger than your usual Allosaurus. So we have multiple specimens of Allosaurus, including ones that have obviously come off on the rough side of tussles with other animals like Stegosaurus especially. One of my favorites of this is the thagomizer of a Stegosaurus, which is the tail spike, which has completely impaled a Allosaurus vertebrae, and I find that incredibly cool. It's a very brutal way for an animal to die, which is sad, but it just shows what these animals went through hunting strategies. And yeah, there's also another specimen where an Allosaurus took a thagomizer swing to the pubic regions, or the crotch area, and that sadly got infected and it ended up dying, which, that's kind of what happens in nature. If you have a big enough injury like that, it's not very likely that you're going to survive. So these animals obviously hunted Stegosaurus on a semi-regular to regular basis because that is a large prey item that's large enough to sustain them for a while. Yeah. So it's quite cool to think about. They obviously obviously lived at the same time period, same place as Stegosaurus, and which was the Morrison Formation, which is now in the United States. Yeah, they're an American species. Yeah, I'm actually going to ink out this drawing a little bit. I'm not used to inking very much. I usually just use pencil, and when I do use pencil, I usually just use one pencil and brush shading very much. But yeah, I thought I'd just give it an ink outline and try doing some shading with inking, which is interesting. Yeah, I haven't really done inking before, as I said. So, Allosaurus has been in many bits of media, movies, documentaries. The most obvious documentary being Walking with Dinosaurs, and they had a whole episode called The Ballad of Big Al, which is a speculation on the life of a particular specimen of Allosaurus, which is Big Al. How it got some injuries and how it eventually died, which is interesting, yeah. Obviously, it was made in 1999, I think, which made most of the stuff a bit inaccurate. Allosaurus is definitely getting more attention nowadays. It used to get overshadowed a lot by T-Rex, but now it's showing up in bigger franchises, like obviously the Jurassic franchise. It was, I think it was one of the main dinosaur antagonists in Chaos Theory, which is the new Camp Cretaceous sequel series. It was also in Dominion, where I believe it was in Malta, where it got let out with the Carnotaurus and it ate the guy on the scooter. They obviously take creative liberties in the Jurassic franchise. They're not very accurate to the size. It's a lot larger than it would be. Allosaurus is also was in Fallen Kingdom for a little bit, but it got immediately hit by a boulder launched from the volcano. Lots of screen time for that particular one. Yeah, so here's the finished Allosaurus. I hope you like it. Obviously the inking is a little bit different because I'm not very good at inking, obviously. And I hope to see you in the next one.